Let's continue. In our previous episode, which is title 109, we started getting our list all set up, but now we're going to do some things to our vertical list. So let's get started. Here we have our vertical list. Here is our code, HTML, for the vertical list with our UL, LIs, and all of our names in here. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of the little bullets here. Close my snippets panel. If I were going to do this and I was by myself in the middle of the night, I would go into my CSS styles connected file, and I would just go in here and maybe put in a UL tag because that's a tag that I want to talk to. But just because this is Dreamweaver's kind of changed stuff around as far as how they're presenting things for us to do, let's do this in the Dreamweaver CSS Designer panel. So I can come down here to Selectors, and what we're going to do, let's go over here into our source code, select our style sheet here, go to Selectors. Oh yeah. And once we get in here, then I'm just going to put a UL tag right here. Click away from it. I know I want to talk to the UL, and this is something that confuses me many times because I'm always trying to figure out, well, do we get rid of the bullets in the UL tag or the LI tag? In the unordered list tag or the list items tag? But it's the UL tag where we get rid of the bullets. So if I scroll down to the very bottom of the properties of the CSS Designer panel, and to open that panel, I just went Windows CSS Designer. Here we go. So now at the very bottom of properties, and some of you may be looking at a designer panel that isn't wide enough for you to see that. If you don't have the thing open way wide as such, oh, it's so touchy as how where you want to make it wide. Come on, baby, make it wide. There you go. Okay, so you make it wide, then you can see the properties over here on the right. You come down here to the bottom. We go to List, Style Type, click right here, and the option that we want is None. And notice you can put all of these options in here. Circle, this, that, blah, 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 so that your bullet looks different. Or you can even put an image in for instead of the bullet, but we want none. So I click none, drag this out of the way, abracadabra, we go into design mode, and all of our bullets are gone. Very good. That's just what we wanted. We want to get rid of those nasty little bullets. So now let's do some things to our list items. I want to give them all little backgrounds, give them some nice spacing. So if I were by myself in the middle of the night, I would just go into my CSS code, put in an LI tag, and then talk to the LI tag. That's what I call it, talking to the tag. But in our situation, I'm just going to come down here, click the little plus sign, and I'm just going to type LI. Okay. Okay, click away. I just click away and then it comes in and so it knows who I'm talking to. So here we go. What I like to do is, first of all, so I can see what's going on, I want to come in and find background color. And just to make this easy to see, I'm just going to choose yellow. And notice what happens. All of my list items now have a yellow background. Ooh, isn't that sweet? But here comes the real sweet part. When I come in and I set the height of each list item. I'll go to pixels, and I'm going to make each one of these 50 pixels. That's too big. Let's try 30 pixels. Yeah, that'll work. 30. Click away. Now they're all taller. Let's make them taller than that. How about twice as big? So we have lots of room to work with. Click away. Okay, that kind of sort of works, okay? All right, so now, I think that's too big again. Let's try 40 pixels. How's that? There you go. Okay, so, I mean, we could have just put a background in for the left column to do that pretty much. So that now, here's the real fun. I'm going to put some a margin underneath each one, so I can click here. And let's try a 10 pixel margin. Of course, margin happens outside of the box. So this is going to put 10 pixels below each one. I'm going to click over here to have that take effect. And you can see now they all drop down a bit. Let's make it more. Let's make it 20 pixels. Okay, that's working for me. Okay, and yeah, sure, I like it filling our panel over there, but just for the heck of it, that panel, the left panel over there, is 200 pixels wide. So I'm going to make these things like 100 pixels wide, just for the heck of it, so you can see what's going on. There you go. Now we're talking. Now they're 100 pixels wide, but what I'd like to do is make it so that you know, it's like the things are centered. So there's a little text button up here. I can click the text button up here. I can go down to text line, and let's go to center. There you go. I like that. So all of our they will be links. So now that I've got that done, let's bring the links down a bit. And again, we're talking to the LI tag, so all of this is happening in the LI. And we realize that the height of our LI list item is 40 pixels. So we want to bring this sucker down, I'd say about 10 pixels, like Jim, Bob, Sammy, Susie, those names, we want to bring them down about 10 pixels in the box. And this would be a job for padding. So I'm going to add some padding to the top, and I'm going to put in 10 pixels to bring it down. And of course, if we add to padding, we must take away from the height. Otherwise, that 10 pixels of padding will add 50 pixels overall to the height of our box. So I come up here, and you can see what happens. See how they all pop out? They're all out of whack now. So I take the height to 30, click away. We're in good shape. And now we've created a vertical list. The thing is, the vertical list, maybe it is where you want it to be, maybe it isn't where you want it to be. But let's make some adjustments here. Okay, and let's move our designer panel out of the way. And while we're here, let's take a peek at our code. Dreamweaver has written the code for us. Unordered list, list style, none. That means get rid of the bullets altogether. Let's find our LI tag. Here we go. For our LI tag, LI, background color yellow, height, margin bottom, width 100 pixels, text line center within the box. Dreamweaver has written all of our code through the CSS Designer panel.